Hi everyone and welcome to our musical game. Everything is connected and we're going to prove that by going from Radiohead's Creep
Nice.
all the way to Dream Theater's
Oh my god.
In other words, my favorite artist to Vasilis's favorite artist. Are you ready?
I am ready. But first, let's explain how this happens.
The aim of the game is to find the connections between a series of 5 songs. It could be something musical, like one song sampling the other, or sharing a rare instrument. But they could also be connected through a piece of trivia about the artist, album, or producer, like appearing on the same movie's soundtrack, for instance. For every connection, we have 2 hints that we'll reveal. You can lock in an answer before any hints are given, or you can also change your answer after each hint. Each connection is classed as easy, medium, or hard. The easy connections are worth up to 3 points if you get the answer right without the hints. If you change your answer after the first hint, you play for 2 points, and after the second hint, for 1 point. The medium or hard ones act as 2x or 3x multipliers. Play along with us and write a comment with your score. Now back to the game.
You know what? I'm familiar with lots of Dream Theater songs, and Home is one of those songs. So
Is it?
yeah,
Okay.
I can
No word of a lie then.
sing the Labrie part.
Really?
Yeah.
Go on.
It sounds like that's not the Labrie part. Isn't that the one, or this is Muse?
Yeah, I mean you got the rhythm wrong, but
Oh, what's the rhythm?
wait, sing it again?
59 quintuplets.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Cool.
So we're starting off with Radiohead's Creep.
yeah.
Let's have a quick listen to it.
I wish I was special.
Yeah.
So, Creep.
Yeah. I know Creep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think you're pretty familiar with it.
Unfortunately, yeah. I love Radiohead,
Yeah,
but do you know Creep? Everyone has that relationship with Creep.
yeah. Themselves as well, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So let me give you a couple of facts about Creep. So, did you know that, for example, this was written by Tom York while he was at Exeter Uni, before they were even called Radiohead? So it's a very, very old track. It's one of
On a
his,
Friday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So one of his.
Is it autobiographical? That's very sad.
Yeah, I mean, it's likely that
Like,
it's
Tom
autobiographical.
Yeah, he's grown now and he's definitely not a creep.
Yeah. I think he
Yeah.
has a lot more confidence
Yeah.
meeting girls. I probably shouldn't say girls at that point, but yeah. So obviously it's from their debut album, 93, but it was released as the first single in 92.
Okay, so it predates
Yeah.
Pablo Honey.
I think it was, like the introductory single or whatever you might call it.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't actually do that well at the beginning. Only reached number 78 in the UK.
But I think it's
charts.
the US where it blew up, isn't
Well,
it?
actually, it picked up steam first on Israeli radio.
Ooh, random.
Yeah, when an Israeli DJ picked it up, and then later it came to America, kind of became this worldwide hit. Still probably the most well-known of their songs.
I think so.
I think it might even be number 1 on Spotify if you look at the top.
Why not?
Top things. So that distorted guitar stab that we heard was actually an attempt by guitarist Johnny Greenwood to just ruin the song because he didn't like it. So they kept that in. And yeah, they hated the song for many years, and they even wrote another song
Oh, Iron
called
Lung.
My Iron Lung.
Yeah, true.
Which is, a
It's about
metaphor
Creep
for
meta.
how
Wow.
it
yeah.
keeps them alive. And yeah. So the track that we're going to be connecting this to is called The Air That I Breathe by The Hollies. So let's have a listen.
Oh, yes.
No sound.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's very nice. I had a conversation recently with a friend of mine about the air that I breathe.
Really?
Yeah.
So you know the song?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I think you need
So-
to fill me in a bit on the history and the trivia, because I think I know the connection.
Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure how to phrase it, because I don't know like the details of what's real and what's like urban legend.
Yeah. I mean,
So is that an easy one?
well, now that you've said that, it's probably an easy one. Like,
Yeah.
it's an easy one if you know it, maybe not otherwise. So it could verge on a medium, but yeah, for the purpose of this game, let's say it's an easy one.
So that's why I don't know exactly how to phrase it, because I think that it's either like influenced by the song, either consciously, so it's like plagiarism, or subconsciously. And I have this feeling that there is a story that maybe this went to court. Maybe there's a resolution, like a legal resolution to this. Or maybe it's one of those situations like, I don't know, like Satriani and Coldplay, that it just sounds very similar, but
but nothing official.
Nothing official. Maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe it's... But yeah, I don't know. But like in the sample that you played, that kind of sounds like the Uber chorus of the end of Creep. And I think that like this kind of major minor chord progression in Creep is similar to The Air That I Breathe. So I think that probably the answer is something like one copies the other, or one is an interpolation of the other, or something like that.
Okay.
But let me get the hint now. Let me get the first hint.
Let's get the first hint in, so maybe you can get a bit closer to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to help you in this situation, given where you are, but the hint is that The Air That I Breathe is a love ballad, and it's a straight up, very passionate love ballad, whereas Creep is more about unrequited love. But they're both kind of love ballads.
That doesn't help me. That's a shit hint. Is that a hint? Or is that?
I think so.
I mean, I told you, I'm going to stick with that. I'm just going to say that maybe it's more along the lines that maybe Tom York has actually admitted that he was influenced. Maybe he was listening to it as a kid, a teenager or something. How old is The Air That I Breathe?
The Air That I Breathe is from 1972.
Okay. So yeah, it's like
he would
20
have been,
years
it was
before
he was
that.
born.
Yeah, but maybe, I don't know, through parents. It's not that old. It's not like, yeah. It's something. It's something there. In some way, Creep copies The Air That I Breathe. I just don't know how official that way is.
Yeah. So before we
reveal
that, let me give you a couple of interesting facts about The Air That I Breathe.
Yeah.
So the first thing is that it was covered by Simply Red.
Oh no!
In 1998.
Oh no! When?
1998.
Oh,
so
no.
I need to dig out that version. And the other very interesting fact is the Hollies were formed in 1962, and they're one of the few UK bands to have never disbanded since then.
Wow!
Like alongside the Rolling Stones and those kind of caliber of.
And they're still alive.
And I think so. I mean, they might have had some.
Interesting
changes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, like from 1962. So that's what, 70 years? 60 years. Crazy.
Wow.
So my next hint for you then, since you've already kind of given your answer, the chords are G, B, C, and C minor.
So yeah, the chord progression is the same.
Yeah.
But I did not realize that the melody is also, that melody seems also very, very similar.
Yeah,
so it's not
the
just the
kind
chord.
of,
Yeah, because if the chords are just the same, you can say that, there's so many chords, maybe it's more, but this feels like it's not coincidental. And even if it's subconscious, it's definitely that song was somewhere in the... So yeah, what did the chords say?
Yeah.
Did this actually go to court?
Yes. So that was the answer. And yeah, it went to court.
Sorry, what is the answer? The official answer is...
The official answer is that...
Plagiarism.
Well, yes, like Creep ripped off this track. And so as a result, I think Radiohead admitted it.
Okay.
So they said, yeah, like we kind of really liked the song and took that.
Okay.
And as a result, instead of kind of, I think, getting messy,
songwriting credits?
the songwriting credits were added to Creep of the songwriters of that song.
So if you go now to like Pablo Honey Wikipedia, Creep has 8 songwriters or whatever, 10, however many they...
Not that many, but yes.
Wow.
It's not just Tom York.
Wow. Yeah.
Yep. So well done.
So is it happy? Was it happy ending for all of them then?
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, I think they respected
No
the
bad
fact
blood.
that
Yeah.
Tom York was honest, and so they said, okay, we'll just,
Cool.
get the songwriting credits.
Cool.
So yeah, well done. That's 4 points. 4 points.
Yeah. Easy.
Yeah, it was.
Oh,
that's how we
Theater
start.
gonna come off.
Okay, so
What's next?
what's next? Maybe something you might not predict,
Oh yes.
and that is The Strokes with the Reptilia.
Ooh.
So let's hear it.
He seemed impressed by
Cool.
So, same vocal melody. No, just kidding. This one is the second album, Room on Fire, from 2003.
Okay.
So, a very interesting fact, and it connects to the first song, in a way. They actually initially hired Nigel Godrich.
Okay, so that's not the answer.
No, but this is obviously connected to Radiohead. Not,
Yeah.
I mean, you want to
it's-
connect it to
Yeah,
Hollies.
to the
Yeah,
Hollies.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Not rated.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
So, yeah, like, they fired him after because apparently, according to Nigel, him and Julian were just both control freaks.
Nice.
And they wanted to control, the direction of the music. And Julian was eventually like, nah,
Cool.
fuck that.
Cool.
So they went back to their old producer. It was written by Julian Casablancas.
That's a
And,
cool name.
Yeah. It's a pretty iconic and, one of the most influential songs of that period, kind of the garage rock revival.
Of the Garage Rock Revival.
Yeah.
And what did you say the year of that is?
2003,
2003.
whereas the other one is 72.
Yeah.
What do you know about the Strokes? Let me ask you that.
To be honest, not much.
No?
No.
Okay. So you know about Julian Casablancas, for example.
I mean,
but-
I know of him.
Okay. So you
But
just don't really.
I don't really follow the Strokes.
Okay.
So, yeah. So is it like a more personal thing then?
Well, I mean, if you want, you can lock in something. And
So
I
first
can
of all,
give you
is it
some
easy,
hints.
medium, or hard?
That's a good point. I didn't mention that.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of these things where it's easy, but it's medium. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say medium in this case.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, could it be a situation where it's like a UK band that was big in the US and vice versa?
Okay.
And that's pretty random, but
Yeah.
as a connection. But no, I want a hint. Yeah.
Okay. So the song "The Air That I Breathe" was written by Albert Hammond and Mike Hazelwood. They're both British singer-songwriters. So you have a theory about, UK and US, but
No, it's
does
not.
that help?
No.
No.
No, unless both songs were covers, which I doubt.
That's not the answer, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, these gentlemen that you mentioned, are they in the Hollies or are they not in the
They are
Hollies?
not in
They
the
are
Hollies.
not in the Hollies. Ooh. So could it be that both songs were not written by the bands that performed them without necessarily being covers of something else, but for some reason? That sounds very odd that, someone else would have written
The Holly song
and the Strokes.
and the Strokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's not a cover. It's like Ghostwriter or something.
I did already mention something about Reptilia, though.
What was
You
it?
must have-
I wasn't
you
paying
must have
attention.
missed it.
I was thinking about Dream Theater.
You were thinking about his fucking name. Actually,
Yeah.
that's what was happening.
Okay.
But I did say it was written by singer Julian Casablancas for Reptilia. So that immediately your theory is in the water. So yeah, I don't know. Think about everything. They're two songs 31 years apart. One of them is not written by
The Hollies.
the Hollies.
But the other one
Strokes,
is written by the Strokes.
rock band, New York, 2000s. Yeah.
That's, I don't know
Simply
where to
Red.
go. Simply Red. Yeah. That I forgot completely about that guy. Can I get a second hint?
You can.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a pretty. I think this should make it pretty obvious.
Yes.
So,
That's
here we
so
go.
obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Albert Hammond,
Yeah.
one of the two guys I mentioned
Yeah.
as the songwriters, he is or was married. I couldn't really find the information, to be honest. To an Argentinian former model, Claudia Fernandez, and they have two children.
Wow, and one of them is Julian Casablancas. Julian Casablancas.
Julian. Julian. No, but that's definitely the right track.
So the person that wrote The Air That I Breathe
Yep. One of the guys who wrote them.
is
He had 2 children.
married
Yeah.
to an Argentinian model,
Yeah, don't worry too much about that part. That was like
Consuela
trivia.
del Rio,
Cruella de Vil.
and she has 2 children with him
Yep.
who were nameless for the time being.
Yep. The songs are 31 years apart.
Yes.
Yep.
That's good. The age of Casablanca should be around there.
Why
yeah?
does it have to be fucking Julian?
And so the Mr. Hammond,
Mr. Hammond.
inventor of the Hammond,
Yes, he also did that on the side.
is the father of someone from the shows. In this case,
Okay.
Casablancas. Or not.
Are you sure you want to add that?
I don't know the names of the others.
They have a different name. Okay. Anyway.
Maybe that's his artistic name. Maybe
Okay.
he's called. His name is very complicated. He
Yeah.
liked
Yeah, that's true.
Humphrey Bogart, and he went
Fair enough.
Casablanca.
Okay, frame it for me.
Yeah.
Give me your final
So yeah,
official answer.
the writer for The Air That I Breathe is also the father of one of the Strokes.
Yes.
Yes,
1 bonus point if you can tell me who that is.
Casablanca.
It's not Casablanca.
Yeah, I don't know who the others are.
Think
Like
very simple.
John Hammond, the who is in
Even
the,
simpler.
all of them. They're all
No,
brothers.
No. His name. Think the most simple thing you can think of.
Hammond.
Yes, but
Yes.
his full name?
What was his full name? John Hammond. I don't.
No, Albert Hammond is
Albert
the guy.
Hammond. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what's the name of his child?
Albert Hammond Jr.
Yes.
Yes. And who is?
So he is one of the guitarists of the Strokes.
Good. It would be
Good,
better if
yeah.
they were all brothers.
If they were all brothers.
All brothers, yeah.
All from
Quintuplets,
Hammond,
or
yeah.
however many.
That would be cool. Well, like the
Nice.
Jackson 5.
Yeah,
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or the Hansons. Hansons?
Yeah,
Hansons?
Hanson.
Hanson.
The Handsome Hansons.
That was a good one. That was impossible, man. That was difficult.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought that was quite common knowledge, I would say.
What?
Albert Hammond Jr. and Albert Hammond. I mean, they're both
I don't
very
know who
famous.
Albert Hammond is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay, they're pretty famous.
What
though.
okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know.
No, I mean, that's fine.
I'm
That's why I
nervous.
gave you a medium. So,
Yeah, okay.
you know, you can have the extra points.
So what
there.
I got like
So you got after 2 hints, right?
yeah. So I got like 2 points.
So you get 2 points. Yep.
Nice.
Okay. So I think this is number 4
Yeah, from the Strokes too.
from the Strokes. We are going. I did mention them earlier. The Rolling Stones.
Ooh, yeah, okay.
Painted Black.
Oh, da, da, da.
I wanna see you, baby.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good
Painted
song.
Black is one of those songs that, like, 10 years later, it's easily okay. You make the tempo slower and it's doom.
Doom.
Yeah, I
Doom
can see.
metal. Oh, the game Doom.
Yeah, no, like heavy metal. Like
Yeah.
if you have access to more distortion than they had in the 60s or when it's Painted Black, late 60s. Maybe?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah. 66.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah.
Like it's pretty evil. It's pretty doom. Pretty
I was gonna say speed it up, and you might have like very kind of
black metal. Yeah.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Immortal stuff.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty evil.
Okay.
So yeah, we've gone.
I have a good idea about this actually.
You have a good idea?
It's a
So wait, let me first say that
Cool, yeah.
I'm gonna class this actually. For some people, it might actually be easy, but I'm gonna class this as a hard.
okay. Cool.
So you'll get triple the points.
cool.
if you
I
get
mean,
this.
I'm not saying that I know. I just
Yeah.
have a hunch.
Okay.
Maybe it's completely unrelated.
Tell me your hunch here.
Yeah. So there's a burger place.
Okay.
Yeah, that Keith Richards used to go,
Hmm.
and then
His mother. No.
his mom worked there, and Casablanca's mom also
Casablanca's again.
worked at the same.
Casablanca's
No,
again.
okay. I want to say that maybe because Painted Black is a song, just like what's the other one? She's
It's
a
like
rainbow.
Reptilia is, yeah.
that kind
Okay.
of pops up occasionally in things.
Yep.
So I'm thinking that this must be a new thing, that Reptilia and Painted Black were part of a thing. Initially, I want to say maybe they were part of like an ad campaign. Maybe they appeared in, I don't know, in Kia commercials or something like that. Or maybe it's something like they were both part of like a movie that has kind of whatever cool rock music or something like that. So I think, I mean, that's my hunch initially, was that they are part of like a big ad campaign for the iPod when the iPod was black. And Reptilia was like the white iPod, and I don't know, that was Viva La Vida definitely at some point. It was like a big iPod.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I remember that. But yeah,
So, yeah, I'm
you're saying
gonna
they're so
go-
far away that it has to be something more.
Yes, and I also
Yeah.
think that for some reason Painted Black is a song that you often hear in TV commercials.
That's true.
I think.
Yeah.
Because also it is black. That's what I'm thinking.
I see.
Maybe it's something that was actually black, like a black iPod
A black
or a
iPod.
black Honda. I don't know why I'm obsessed with Asian cars now. So yeah, I'm just gonna go commercial. I'm not gonna say what commercial. If you can, I just say a
Yeah,
commercial?
you can say commercial. for
Yeah,
that.
yeah, commercial in like the mid 2000s. I think.
Yeah, that's fair.
That was my. That is
Bridging
my.
generations
Yeah,
and
yeah.
all of that. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's probably
fair
completely
enough.
bullshit.
So before
Before you let me down, yeah. Okay.
before I let you down, I'm gonna give you some more information about kind of some context about this tune.
Yeah.
'Cause I think you might find it interesting, and so might the viewers. So it's from the album Aftermath,
Okay.
which is, there might be some hints in here, so listen up. Which is much more experimental and genre-defying than their previous albums, which were more rooted in rock and roll and blues. It's also the first album where the tracks are all originals,
Oh, okay.
and all of them written by Mick Jagger and Keith Richards.
Okay.
That was when they solidified their
Before
Jagger-Richards thing.
Pirates of the
And
Caribbean.
before that, the main songwriter and leader of the band was guitarist Brian Jones.
Oh, true.
So Brian Jones, later on, he develops alcohol and drug-related problems, and he gets kicked out of the band a few years later. And less than a month later, after
He
that,
walks into a river.
he walks into his own swimming pool,
Oh, better than a river. Oh.
and he is found dead.
Oh.
Because of the timing, I guess, like it's so soon after they kick him out. There were some theories that like he'd been murdered.
By the Stones.
Well, actually, it was specifically by a builder that he was working with. I mean, I think just the fact that it was so sudden was like, the conspiracy flares up. Yeah. Apparently, he was the last person to see Jones alive. So this guy called Frank Thorogood, this builder, and apparently he may have like
Also written Reptilia.
no, he may have owed Jones.
Oh.
Sorry, Jones may have owed this guy some money, and then they had a fight and something like that. He supposedly confessed to the Rolling Stones driver that he'd done it, but then the driver like denied that ever happened. And apparently, Jones's kids still believe that their father was murdered. So it's kind of very
That's very
unsolved
dark.
and very.
So
Yeah.
it like is Painted Black is about him.
No.
Okay.
No,
Irrelevant.
No.
Okay.
He was actually on this track. He was on this album. And yeah, that's important. And another interesting fact, the last one before I give you put you out of your misery. When he died, he was 27. So he's one of the members of the 27 Club.
True.
And in fact, he's probably the first musician from a band that people know to enter that club. So he was the first of like a series of deaths that happened in like 2 or 3 years. Janis Joplin,
Jimi
Jim
Hendrix.
Morrison, Jim Hendrix.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. And now back
Wow.
to your misery.
The Strokes are alive.
The Strokes
far
are
as I
alive,
know,
thankfully,
so, yeah. And older than 27.
especially Julian Casablancas. So my first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
This might sound vague, but it's important.
Yeah.
They are both rock songs.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
It's important. I'll give you another clue in a bit, but It's an important clue. Well,
Ooh, I have a very stupid idea.
think of what you said earlier and merge it with what I told you.
There is what you told me about Brian Jones.
No, what I just said as the hint,
Yeah.
and what you were kind of
Yeah.
talking about earlier.
So I'm thinking that maybe both of the songs
Mm.
were included in a random album or some random event where they were covered in a style that was not rock, hopefully dubstep, by someone else, hopefully Skrillex. So there is like,
Skrillex covered both.
yeah, it's like someone who is not known to do rock music and is known to do something completely different. Covered Painted Black and Reptilia in a
Interesting.
different style. I just don't see. Yeah, it's not gonna be dubstep, obviously. It's gonna be something that's, I guess, song based. So, like, it could be something like Mark Ronson did covers of both of them, because
Okay.
he's done an album with random covers, but I don't think that's.
I mean, you don't have to formulate it in such a specific way. Like you can if you want. Say,
But yeah, I mean, I think what you're saying is that there's another version of these songs, probably by the same artist or including some kind of thing that is not a rock version of these songs. So this is my
that's
revised.
your current guess.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my second hint,
Yeah.
The Strokes. We kind of touched on it, not really, but the band has 5 members,
Mm.
and crucially,
Mm.
they have 2 guitarists.
Mm. Mm. So if you take 5 plus 2 minus 1966,
Yeah. 3.14 divided by 3.14.
it's 666. It's the number of
Yeah.
the beast.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
That's one. And then
Sorry.
Sympathy for the Devil and
Yeah, yeah, it proves everything is
Yeah.
connected and
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
is like satanic. Yeah.
There you go, guys. No.
Illuminati confirmed.
They have 2 guitarists,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
this
yeah.
is a rock song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Strokes
Here comes some bullshit.
dressed as pirates perform Painted Black
Mm.
in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, with Keith Richards.
Okay.
No,
so,
like,
so
no,
when I said
no, like-
guitar, you thought of Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, I maybe the Strokes performed Painted Black.
Yeah. No.
No.
But yeah. Okay. Just let me kind of guide you a little bit. Go that the first ideas that you had, like
Well,
they're
like the
included
iPod commercial.
on stuff.
The commercial.
Well,
Just generally,
no,
them
but
existing together in the
yes,
2000s.
you said like something modern.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
must
yeah.
have brought them together.
Yeah,
And now I've told you they're both rock songs.
yeah,
And they have 2 guitarists.
yeah,
Guitarists.
yeah.
Okay.
They're the only 2 rock songs that have 2
Guitarists.
guitarists.
Fuck the 2 guitarists.
No, I'm not.
Something modern and guitarists.
Yes,
Hmm.
modern
What can you think of?
Dream Theater. That's
No,
one
no, no.
guitarist.
It's not. I'm not talking about bands. You said some modern way of bringing them together, and I'm saying guitarists.
guitarists. So there's like 2 modern guitarists got together and played these songs.
A modern way of bringing them together. Think of a modern way, like you said. Oh, maybe it's a commercial. Maybe the iPod is bridging generations. Think of a modern way and something to do with guitarists.
They are the most difficult songs to play in Guitar Hero, Rock Band.
Give me a final answer.
They. Is it actually Guitar
You're so
Hero?
close.
Is it Guitar
You're
Hero?
so close.
Is it like they are both hidden tracks in Guitar Hero that you can only unlock after you've done Dragon Force or whatever the boss level is?
You have to give me a final one at this
That's
stage.
it. It's Guitar Hero.
It is Guitar Hero.
Oh shit! But what?
They're
both in Guitar
in
Hero.
the same Guitar Hero game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm trying to think now how if you're yeah, okay, your hints are not that misleading, but
I
they
think
could have been better.
they're kind of
They
vague,
could have
but
been better.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
how many points do I get for this?
So you only changed this at the end.
Yeah, like do I get
So-
1 point, 2?
This was a hard, right? So
Yeah.
you did technically get it. I mean, I gave you a couple more hints. Let's say
2 out of 3, maybe?
2 out of 3.
Yeah, okay,
I think
cool.
that seems fair.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, now Dream fucking Theater.
Now, Dream Theater. Oh.
Why would you call your band the Dream Theater? I don't know. Let's listen to Home. China. That's not the part of the song that I remember, but yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
that is the very
This
end.
is the more
That's the kind of
Anatolian part of the
Yeah.
song.
it's the very end.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm just saying.
onto your
I'm
favorite
not
band.
saying that Radiohead is an amazing name. I'm just saying Dream Theater is a very bad name.
Why though?
I don't know. I just find it very.
Don't you think that because of the music that they make, rather than thinking that the name is bad first?
No, it just feels a bit pretentious.
Yeah.
Like, what is a dream theater? What is the theater of dreams? Is what, like Old Trafford or something like that.
Well, yeah. So there's
But what
football.
is dream theater? It's like a theater.
Dream Theater?
Dream theater with dreams. And what in your dreams in the theater of dreams you have Labrie and
It's like our music is gonna make your dreams come true.
the theater. It's just so theatrical, and I don't know, like Jordan Rudess.
Yeah.
No, it's a nightmare. It's a.
You know,
I'm sorry.
I don't know if you knew this, but they used to sometimes play some shows, or maybe I don't know how regular it was, but they used to play at some point under the name Nightmare Cinema,
Wow, that's a good name. That's a good name.
and they would basically swap instruments
Ah,
and just play each other's instruments. I don't know what they played.
that's
can't
good. I
remember.
like that.
Yeah,
It's more because it's probably cinema is less pretentious, I guess, than theater.
it's quite like
The
pompous.
dream theater, yeah. And yeah, it's epic, but in a bad way. And if we're thinking of epic and metal, then yeah, like Dragon Force, like
Yeah,
it's cringe, but it's good. It's like it reflects when you hear Dragon Force, and then you listen to the music. It is.
yeah, but Dream
Dragon.
Theater are pretentious. Like they
Are they?
are better than everyone else.
Ah, in
they
that
are
sense.
better musicians.
Yeah,
than
okay.
everyone
They are
else.
the best.
So
Yeah.
it kind of fits.
Sorry, yeah, I'm ranting now about Dream Theater.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to find the similarities because it seems very difficult.
So I know you know
So,
all of this. So I'm gonna
Home, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you some context.
Metropolis Part
Metropolis
2.
Part 2.
1999.
Scenes from a Memory. 1999.
Wow.
So that album is positioned as a sequel to the track Metropolis Part 1,
Yep.
which is from their second album, Images and
Very
Words.
Old.
Apparently, the Part 1 was just added to the title as a joke by Petrucci.
Oh, okay.
So they never intended to make a sequel, but the fans were very insistent. It's also the first album to feature your boy, Jordan Rudess.
Oh.
I think.
That's why it's so
Is that true? Probably.
so good.
So good. So
So
good.
synthesize it.
It's a concept album telling the story of a man going through past life regression therapy, which is basically like a pseudoscience. Do you know what it is? It's like
No,
where you
tell me.
recall memories of a past lives and past
when you were Napoleon and
yeah, exactly.
Cleopatra
So
and stuff.
you work with a hypnotist to kind
Yeah.
of bring that out.
Cool.
He discovers that he was a woman called Victoria who was murdered. And
Ooh, it's a mystery.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And she was involved with a lover called Julian and his brother Edward. And this song is from the perspective of the brother who realizes he's in love with Victoria. And he's like feeling guilty about his...
Lord, now you are...
He's feeling guilty about his brother, but he's like, fuck it, I love her too much. And he goes and sleeps with her. And in the song, you can hear him moaning and all this
Wow,
stuff.
okay.
So that is the kind of one of the important parts of the story of Scenes from Memory.
Okay.
So yeah, that's kind of the context for the song.
Is any of that useful?
No.
Cool. Yeah.
So, okay, yeah. Like
and
now,
we were
now,
before Painted Black.
yeah,
Dun,
exactly.
dun,
Now
dun,
comparison time.
Yeah.
If you want, we can listen again as well because, yeah, maybe there's some hints in there.
Yes. Now you mentioned that. Let's listen. Let's listen.
That drum is crazy on the left ear. It's so hard.
China. Okay, this is a very generic similarity, but since you mentioned that,
So I'm also going to say up front,
yeah,
which
Ah,
is
yeah.
not up front anymore,
Easy.
is
difficult.
this is an easy one.
Easy one.
Yeah.
Okay, if it isn't, maybe it makes sense.
Yeah.
So because they're both like Eastern themed.
Yeah.
And Painted Black sounds like there's a sitar, which I guess was kind of trendy in the 60s and Beatles and stuff. Yeah. And then the other one, I wouldn't say, the other one sounds a bit more Arabic.
Yeah.
But it also sounds that there's like a very crappy like synthesizer sitar playing, going meow meow meow. So I'm just gonna go with they both feature sitar.
Are you sure that's not the bass, by the way?
Okay.
No, but can we listen one more time?
Yeah. So it's not the sitar though. Wow, maybe it is.
Are you not talking about the...
Maybe it is the bass. What's on the bass then? Is it just a weird...
Just a very, like, mid-heavy bass.
That's it. No, like, weird, like, envelope filter or...
Well, right.
It's like new strings.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, you're right. It might be the bass. It sounds just very bright and very jungy.
I'm just saying that part you're talking about is the bass. I'm not saying there's no sitar.
No, it is. You're right. I think the part that I'm talking about, which I'm really sorry. I thought it was... Yeah. Bad synthesizers. It's Rudis's fault. So I was gonna say that they are both like Eastern influenced and they use Eastern scales. Ooh, you know what? I'm gonna go one step further. You know, fuck the sitar and everything. They're microtonal.
Oh.
They are like they don't follow like Western tuning.
Okay.
Maybe. Or they're just out of tune. I don't know. So I'm just gonna go for the like kind of Eastern influence.
Cool.
Yeah, cool.
Okay, so the first hint that I have written down, it might not really help you too much, but I'm going to say it anyway. So Aftermath, which is the album that's Painted Black, was much more experimental than previous albums.
Yeah, we said that.
Yep. Maybe it's...
They were experimenting with...
lots of things.
With Eastern scales and... microtonal music and sitars. So I'm going to stick with my answer.
Does that sound microtonal to you?
No.
Okay.
But I'm just saying
Painted Black specifically.
No, it doesn't.
Okay.
No, but at the same time you could say that maybe it's using notes that are slightly off, so maybe it is and I don't know.
Okay. Let me remind you, this is an easy.
Ah, yeah, okay.
So I'll just put that out there again. But yeah, feel free to...
No, then
say your second guess.
Whatever. Eastern, experimental Eastern influences and whatever. They're using scales that are not Western.
I think this is going to make it clearer. So I know we didn't play it.
Yeah.
But the bridge of Painted Black features tablas.
Ooh. Okay, I mean, they both feature Indian instruments, traditional Indian instruments. Because that's the thing that there was nothing. I couldn't hear something Indian. Maybe I need to listen to the Dream Theater song again. I mean, Painted Black sounded sitar and you're saying tabla drums now. Yeah. But maybe I wasn't paying attention to the Dream Theater thing and I was just paying attention to the weird scale and maybe it's just like, can I listen to it again? China.
Stop listening to fucking China. Maybe you'd hear it.
No, I can't hear it. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah. I can't hear it.
Okay, last time, listen to the second half specifically.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Listen to your left ear.
China.
I just realized maybe we have different ears Maybe it was in your right ear and you just missed it.
This is the left. The
this is my
cable's on the left.
Yeah, same. Okay.
Well, if it's tablas, I did not hear any tablas. I
wouldn't give you the answer.
Yeah.
It's not tablas, but tablas gives you the answer.
Sitar.
Hmm.
I don't know. I didn't hear any of that. I was...
Say it.
What, sitar? They both play sitar.
Yes.
Yes, oh, okay.
So it's in the left, like, I mean, previously
it
in the
was
song.
correct, but I thought it was the bass in the beginning, yeah?
Yeah, so the
my
thing
initial-
you talked about, so I had to point that out. I didn't want to...
Let me listen to it again. Yes.
Now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's doubling the guitar, yeah? Yeah, okay.
And then it harmonizes with the guitar after.
Yeah. It's that part, it's like the Power Rangers part. Yeah, I was...
And that is Rudess on the keyboard.
Of course.
Obviously.
Of course it is him, of course. Yeah.
So, I realized they're not both, real sitars, but it's a sitar sound. They have,
Why
they're
you did that just because of Dream Theater, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did it for the clicks.
Yeah, I mean, I think but for those of you who don't know, like, this is so close to Greek dog music. It is it is scary.
We should do a video about dog music.
We should definitely do a video about dog
explaining
music.
The whole culture.
I mean, maybe this is a bit more progressive, but at this point where it's so Eastern and it has this kind of instrumentation and metal drums and everything, this is pure dog music. This is... Mwah.
I love Greek dog music. Okay, well, that was it for the
So how many points
connections.
do I get for this? Do I get all of the points? Or do I fail because I changed my mind and started going round
Yeah.
microtonal? And
I guess, we can flip the fact that, well, how do we do it? We can flip the fact that you
I changed my mind.
changed in the middle. So you kind of got it right on two of them, maybe?
As I get 2 points.
So I'll give you 2 points for that.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that seems fair.
Do we keep track of my points?
Obviously not.
Obviously not.
So in total, you managed to get 10 points, which
Is that
is
good?
a new record.
It's a new record.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna bring my record plaque, and I'll give it to you. But I don't have it with me, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So how many points did you get? I think the maximum for this game should have been 18. I don't know if anyone got 18. Leave us a comment with how many points you got and what you thought was easy or difficult.
And if you have any feedback about this game, this format, it's something we're trying out. So we'd be super grateful if you could leave us some comments about what you think and maybe some things we could change. And hopefully we'll see you next time on Mixed Signals.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.